A decades-long environmental challenge is finally crossing a critical threshold, and it's dividing opinions along the way. The Department of Energy, DOE, has officially granted approval for radioactive waste to begin flowing into Hanford's vitrification plant, a project 23 years in the making. For years, the community, especially in Richland, Washington, has watched as billions of federal dollars and countless work hours went into transforming some of the nation's most dangerous nuclear waste into a safer, glass-like state for long-term storage. But here's where it gets controversial. Not everyone agrees this is the right path forward, and the question of whether this milestone marks a true victory or a hollow promise is sparking heated debate. Senator Patty Murray, who represents Washington State and has long advocated for progress at Hanford, confirmed that with the DOE's sign-off, delayed for weeks by rumors of second thoughts within the agency, there are no longer any bureaucratic barriers to begin treating the waste. The DOE now faces a court-mandated deadline of October 15th to commence turning highly radioactive sludge currently stored in aging underground tanks into a much more stable, though still radioactive, glass. After far too many delays, it's a relief to see the DOE finally take the steps I've insisted upon so the plant can move to hot commissioning and ultimately begin transforming nuclear waste on schedule, Senator Murray explained in a statement. Hot commissioning is the crucial phase when Hanford's vitrification plant, operated by Bechtel National, must actually process radioactive waste, demonstrating that the facility can convert dangerous material into a glass form safe enough for entombment in a lined landfill. Until now, testing has relied on non-radioactive substitutes. Murray emphasized how much is at stake, noting, with billions invested and years of partnership between Congress and Washington State, this is about safeguarding the Columbia River, our environment, and the health of thousands of Tri-Cities residents. But here's the part most people miss. There are deep-seated doubts and rival claims about whether this massive milestone is as secure or as safe as officials say. On September 8th, rumors emerged suggesting that the DOE, rocked by the sudden firing of top official Roger Jarrell, was reconsidering or even planning to halt the project's launch. According to a source quoted by EE News, Secretary Chris Wright of Energy seemed to favor scrapping the waste treatment plant, WTP, altogether, even though it was on the brink of going operational. The news set off alarm bells, with many pointing out the plant's significance not only to the nuclear cleanup, but also to local jobs and the broader Tri-Cities economy. Nearly 3,000 employees rely on this $350 million annual payroll. Secretary Wright attempted to quell the rumors, stating DOE remained fully committed to Hanford's cleanup goals and would stick to processing the least radioactive waste. Still, the controversy lingers. Some believe there may be hidden cost, safety, or environmental issues stalling progress, while others see bureaucratic foot-dragging or mixed priorities. Wright stressed that operations would be reviewed to ensure safety, effectiveness, and fiscal responsibility. A quick history lesson underscores the urgency. For decades, Hanford played a key role in the USA's nuclear weapons program, chemically processing uranium from World War II through the Cold War. The sad legacy? 56 million gallons of radioactive and toxic chemicals are now stashed in 177 underground tanks, with 148 being worrisome single-shell designs that have leaked or could leak contaminants into the soil. Some of this pollution is slowly seeping toward the Columbia River, which winds right through the Hanford site. After the Secretary's public comments on September 9th, Senator Murray grew increasingly wary. She revealed that Wright had admitted DOE was about to scale back hot commissioning, a move she called astonishingly senseless and destructive, undermining the very mission of Hanford's cleanup. According to her estimates, $30 billion has already been poured into designing, building, and preparing the vitrification plant, but no waste has yet been stabilized in glass. Construction continues on parts of the plant tasked with processing the most challenging, highly radioactive waste portions. Wright insisted that the holdup was about safety, but Murray claimed that the official records didn't support those concerns. Actions speak louder than words, she cautioned, demanding transparent evidence that the administration truly supports moving forward after decades of unfulfilled promises. She also sought answers about the mixed messages coming from DOE in recent days. Here's where things get even more contentious. Washington's Governor Bob Ferguson, a Democrat, stepped in, visiting the Tri-Cities to put DOE on notice, miss the October deadline, and legal action will follow. State regulators, including Ecology Director Casey Sixkiller, publicly stated that they found no safety problems that would justify any further delays, and that they fully support issuing the permits needed for plant startup. This directly contradicts the earlier warnings Murray says she received. In fact, according to internal DOE documents, a project management risk committee unanimously recommended powering ahead with startup preparations just this summer. Beyond the court-ordered deadlines, launching the plant is a core provision in a recently finalized agreement between DOE and the state. The result of 4 months of negotiation on the best disposal path for tank waste. It mandates not just glassification, but also the stabilization of some low-level radioactive waste in a grout-like concrete. Importantly, due to Hanford's vulnerability to groundwater contamination, Washington state forbids local burial of grouted waste, opting instead to ship it for disposal in Utah or Texas. Some proponents argue that grouting could offer a faster or less expensive solution for less dangerous waste. But skeptics question the long-term stability of grout compared to vitrified glass. Meanwhile, history looms large. At least 67 of Hanford's single-shell tanks have likely leaked or spilled, and 3 are confirmed to be leaking right now. Some of these old tanks have been holding hazardous waste for more than 8 decades, an uncomfortable reality for everyone living near the site. So, what do you think? Is pushing forward with vitrification the best option for public safety, or are there overlooked risks and better alternatives? Does all this spending guarantee an effective solution, or just delay the inevitable? Should the focus shift toward less expensive methods like grouting, or is glassification the only responsible path? Sound off in the comments. This is a story with high stakes and no easy answers, and your perspective matters.